So it is the start of the year. Okay, it's 3 weeks into the start of the year. I know, but better late than never, right? And I have decided that I am going to start a series in how to become a content creator, okay? Not only that, we're gonna broaden it a little bit, and we are going to say a series of how to become an entrepreneur, because to me, it's one and the same. And there are certain things that you have to structure correctly starting. There are certain things you have to address, certain things you have to have knowledge of, all of the things. And I want to make, I'm going to say a 4-part series, but I reserve the right to add, subtract, whatever we need as we go, okay? So in this very first part, I really want to give y'all a little bit of background about me, Ash. Welcome to my channel. If you don't know who I am, let me pause and introduce myself. Hey, hi, hello guys. My name is Ash. Life in the Ash Lane across all platforms. If you don't know, I am a licensed cosmetologist and I have been for 20 years in 2025. I have been self-employed with no additional income since, the last 17 years. Now don't get me wrong, I have picked up little odd and end jobs here and there when I first was starting in order to keep my bills paid, baby. My bills are paid. But after I got the swing of things and I figured out what I needed, it's only been hair since then. So I want y'all to know that I really live that entrepreneurship life. I am self-employed and have been strictly self-employed for the last 17 years. All right, so that's one. So I would be considered a veteran entrepreneur. I have enough knowledge and experience to really give y'all some information, right? Can we agree? Is 17 years long enough to know what I'm talking about? Leave it in the comment section. All right, so step number 1 to becoming an entrepreneur, to starting a business. Step number 1, you have to offer a solution to a problem that the public has. And let me just start with content creation. People are wanting to absorb content. A lot of people were stuck in the house. I'm stuck in the house and I'm in the house, but no, that ain't how it go. I'm bored in the house and I'm in the house bored. Okay, remember when COVID hit and everybody was stuck in the house? Content consumption was at the highest, but creating content has been, a thing. That's an industry that has been going on well before. But people needed entertainment. People were searching for information and people were looking to be influenced. That's where your style and fashion and makeup and hair girlies come from. I am looking for the cutest style. I am looking for the information on how to do it. So in my opinion, in order to have a successful business, you have to offer a solution to a problem. And content creation offered a solution, entertainment, information, or influence, because people were stuck in the house and they in the house bored stuck, right? All right. 2, once you figure out what problem you want to answer and the solution to that problem, you got to figure out, do you even like doing that? Is that something that you see longevity in? You have to ask yourself, are you suited for that problem? So for example, there is a shortage of high school teachers. You don't have the patience to be dealing with no high school kids. You don't have the education to be a high school teacher. That may not be for you. Let's just be honest. But let's say there is also a shortage in tutors for high school kids. You see where I'm going? You have a special skill set. You really know how to do math well and you teach people well. Maybe you need to be a tutor instead of a full-time teacher. You see what I'm doing there? You can still answer the problem, but it may have to be modified a little bit. In content creating, for example, I am not a political, religious, I'm gonna read Bible scriptures every day and I'm gonna cover all the latest political news. That's not for me. So that sector of content creating is not for me. But I love putting a cute outfit together. I love inspiring people. I love motivating people. So the influencer side is where I lean to. I often have no problem saying the quiet parts out loud. I enjoy talking to people. So the entertainment part is where my content creation falls into. See what I did? Y'all understand? Leave a comment if you understand where I'm going with this, okay? So after you have discovered or taken the time to figure out, do you want to be the person to answer that problem? Are you equipped? Are you educated? Are you ready to perform the needs of that problem? Then we move on to part 3 or step 3. Yeah, that's better. Step 3 is when you are going to figure out how much it is going to cost you to start up. This is not the fun part for all, but for some it is. You got to sit down and figure out what kind of equipment you need. What does it cost you to make that content, to answer that problem? What does it require you to do to become that teacher? Do you have everything needed for that? I'm a hairstylist. What kind of building do you need? Do you want a suite? Are you going to do booth rent? You really need to take the time to do a deep dive before you start offering services for your new business. Does that mean you can't start building up to that and structuring? No, you can. But before you go out and spend any money, you need to research and see how much it really is going to cost. Because I would hate for anybody to get in the midst of things halfway through and you realize, wait a minute, this is far out of budget. Wait a minute, I gotta go to school for 6 years. I ain't got it like that. Taking the time to really evaluate what it's going to cost you to get that up and running may change your mind as well. But becoming an entrepreneur is not for the weak. It's not for the faint at heart. It comes with its advantages and its disadvantages. And one of the disadvantages is oftentimes in some businesses, starting up is a very expensive cost. So you may want to look into doing things that does not require you to spend a lot of money up front. For example, as a hairstylist, you may want to look into going into a commission-based salon. What that means is they're going to take a percentage of your income, but you don't have to pay anything. You walk in, you work, you walk out, you go home. They provide tools, education, your clientele. There are ways to get into business without spending an arm and a leg to start. With content creation, you do not need to go out and buy the most expensive camera and the most expensive lights and use what you got to get what you want. That's a Ronnie quote from Players Club. But use what you have. Use that iPhone. Go find you a nice window that gives you light exposure. Prop your phone up on, some books. Make it work to get started. You want your overhead to be as low as possible when you begin, and you want your income to be as high as possible. That is the best recipe for starting out in your new business on the best foot. So, just to recap, because again, we got to break this thing down. I don't want to overload y'all. Step 1, what problem do you see in your area? What solution would answer the problem? The most successful businesses are businesses that answer problems for people. Step 2, you're going to figure out if you have what it takes to answer that problem. And step number 3, how much is it going to cost to get that going? If you know that creating content is only going to cost you $30 for a tripod, go make that content. Okay? If you know you are a hairstylist or you're really good at doing hair and it only is going to take you a couple of Saturdays to get your braider's license and you can be in somebody's commission salon making money like that, go get your money. In 2025, we are not allowing the I don't know what to do to stop us anymore. Following the formula in this video, you should be able to have 15 business ideas after step 1. If you are observant enough, all you got to do is look in your community, look online, look at the other people that are on Facebook asking questions. If you go on Facebook, baby, you're going to see 1,000 people asking the same questions. Are those 1,000 people in your area? Can you answer the questions? Remember that the most successful business answers a problem, because then you will always have a supply for the demand, okay? Keep your startup cost low and always try to align your solution with your gifts. If you have patience, if you are incredibly organized, use those gifts to offer a solution to a problem. Boom, there's a business where you will never feel like you worked a day in your life. If you are funny and you see that people are looking for entertainment to bring them joy, put your comedic relief efforts online and go get your money, okay? So I'm gonna wrap up part 1 here so we can really deep dive. Tell me in the comment section if I need to go more in depth. Tell me if you have a business idea that you would like for me to help you branch out a little bit, because I'm here for that too. And after being in business for 20 years, I think I know a little bit about something, okay? So I hope to see y'all in part 2, which will drop next week. Hopefully I can get this up by tomorrow, okay? Don't hold me to it, but I'm trying my best. All right, y'all. Hi, guys. Bye, guys. I love y'all, and we'll see y'all next time.